Hey all, welcome back to the new video. So in the last video we had discussed regarding the variables. Okay, so one more thing I want to add up here, as whenever we are writing some variable name, okay, so we have to follow some rules. Okay, um you know the variable name, this is what a variable name, and we are declaring here simply, isn't it? So there are some rules to write a variable name. Okay, so what are the rules? First one is, see, the variable name can be alphanumeric. Okay, the variable name can be alphanumeric, but it cannot start with number. Okay, that means what? See, this variable name we are writing, a as a variable name, isn't it? So it can be alphanumeric, like a1 or a3, a for v, kind of that. Okay, this is called alphanumeric. That means it is a combination of alphabets and numbers. Okay, but you cannot start with number, so I can start the variable name with number. This is invalid. Okay, I can't start a variable name with numbers, but it can be alphanumeric. So the starting letter would be either any alphabets or underscore. Okay, it could be, but you you cannot start with a variable name with number. Okay, so it can be only start with underscore or any alphabets. Okay, next is what? The variable name cannot be the variable name cannot be any keyword. Like we cannot you know give any kind of variable name which is already a keyword. Okay, keyword means what? Like these are some reserved words, I have already informed you, know, which has some meaning attached with it and which has some purpose and whose meaning is already known to the compiler. Let's say any int, float, char, these are all word keyword, so we can't use such kind of keyword as a variable name. Okay, then you can't add some any special letter. Okay, you can't add any kind of special letter except underscore. Okay, you can't add any kind of special letter. Special letter means ampersand, at the rate, asterisk, you can't use in the variable name. Okay, but yeah, only underscore can be used as variable name. It can be used. Okay, next thing, you can't add white space also. You can't white space. You can't add white space means blank spaces. Okay, you can't add. If you want to give some space, kind of space. Okay, let's say you want to add two letters. Okay, let's say first and name you want to write, so this you can't be write. Okay, white space is not allowed, so instead of that you can use underscore like this. Okay, this is valid. Okay, but you can't add any kind of white spaces or blank spaces inside the variable name. Okay, got it? So this is all about naming uh, naming convention for variable, we can call it. So this same rule will be repeated for identifier also. Okay, so just mind it, all these points. Then data types. What are data types? So see, data types basically mention the type of the data and the size of the data. Okay, see the name itself, it is telling that it is specifying the type of data. That means which kind of value can be stored in a variable that is specified by data types. That's why we are mentioning the data types of a variable in C language, isn't it? Data types are keywords, and data types are used to specify two things. So data types are what? Keywords. Int, float, these are all what? Data types, and these are also considered as keywords in C language, isn't it? Because it has some meaning attached with it, it has some fixed purpose. Okay, so data types are keywords, and data types are used to specify two things. First one is type of data and size of data. Okay, so data types are used to specify the type of data a variable can hold. Okay, which kind of value should be stored in a particular variable. And second thing is what? Data types are used to specify the size of the memory should be allocated. Okay, so in memory what we are storing? We are storing some data, isn't it? So for storing purpose, like if we want to store any variable, for that one memory should be allocated, isn't it? The what size of memory should be allocated for a particular variable, that is basically specified by data types. Got it? Memory means what? In memory we are storing some data. Okay, so we are specifying the size of that memory. Okay, suppose we want to store some integer value inside a variable. Okay, so integer type is what? Integer, the data type size is what? 2 or 4 bytes. So that 2 or 4 bytes we have to assign for a particular memory where that particular value of the variable should be stored. Okay, so that's why data types are used. Then types of data types. Okay, there are two types of data types, like primitive data types, and second one is derived data types. So primitive data types is basically where we can store a single value into a variable. Suppose one variable is there, let's say a. So inside that a we can store single value only. Okay, so those type of data types are called as primitive data types. It can hold only one type of one value. Okay, and derived data types is what? It can store multiple values. Okay, so primitive data types allow a variable to store single value only, but derived data types and user defined data types allows a variable to store multiple values, which can be homogeneous, heterogeneous. Homogeneous means what? Same type, and heterogeneous means different type of data we can store in a particular variable. Okay, so see, int, float, char, double, long, these are all primitive type of data. This means this allows a particular variable to store a single value. But see, in secondary data types, secondary data types basically classified into two types: derived data types, and second one is user defined data types. In derived data types, see here, array, pointer, function, string, and in user defined data type, structure, union, enum. So here we can store multiple values into a particular variable. Okay, got it? So primitive data types allows a particular variable to store a single value only. But secondary variable is what? Like secondary data types, it allows different variables, okay, to store multiple values, and that multiple values can be of any type. It could not be of same type. It can be similar type or any different data type. Okay, different types. Got it? So primitive data type allows a variable to store single value. Okay, and secondary data types allows a particular variable to store multiple values of maybe homogeneous and heterogeneous type. Got it? Okay, so primitive data types are divided into three types. First one is integer data types. Let's say for example, signed or sort, unsigned sort, signed int or int, unsigned int, signed long or long, and unsigned long. And second one is floating type, and third one is character data type. Okay, so in floating data types there are two types of data types are there, like float and double. In character data type, signed char or unsigned char is there. Okay, so here in integer data types, okay, we are mentioning the size in bytes and the range. Okay, and the range where mentioning. Okay, so see, signed sort or sort, the size is 2 byte. Okay, 1 byte I had told you, no, 1 byte is 8 bits, so 2 bytes means what, 16 bits. Okay, so the range is minus 32,768 to 32,767, the range. Okay, and unsigned sort, the size is 2 bytes, and the range is this one. Okay, so this all follows a like this, like signed int or int 2 or 4 byte, unsigned int 2 or 4 byte, signed long 4 byte, unsigned long 4 byte. Okay, so signed and unsigned are keywords in C. So you will ask me like, what are these signed and unsigned? Signed and unsigned both are keywords in C language. Okay, signed represent both positive and negative values, whereas unsigned represent only positive value. Signed means here two type of sign would be there, positive and negative. In unsigned, only positive values would be there. Int data type size 2 or 4 bytes. Okay, in 70s decade, in 1972, computers were developed with microprocessor of 16 bit. Okay, so 16 bit compiler were there, and in that machine, okay, so integer size is of 2 bytes, and for 32-bit compiler the int size is 4 bytes. Okay, so that's why in some machine the data type, that is int, okay, the size is, in some machine it's 2 byte, and in some machine it's 4 bytes. Okay, next is floating data type. Floating size is 4 bytes. Okay, the range is this one, and for double the size is 8 bytes. Okay, then character data type, the data type unsigned char is 1 byte, and for signed char also 1 byte. Okay, 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 so in today's video we'll stop here, and from the next video onwards we'll set the path and all, and we'll write some code. Okay, so that's all about today's video. Thank you very much. If you really enjoy my video, please like, share and subscribe. That's all about today's video. Bye.